Welcome back to the Watch and Cut channel, everyone. Today we got another video of something cool that came out, something limited edition, and two brands that I really enjoy that have come together and collaborated. Now this one is sent to me from Gatorz directly, but I also saw that this package is also sold through Kershaw directly, as this is a joint collaboration between these two brands, which is pretty cool. So in due fashion, I brought out a cool Kershaw blur in CPM M4, a limited edition Kershaw, because I'm kind of a sucker for these things. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Now, I'm not also just a Kershaw fan, but I'm also a huge Gatorz fan. I've been wearing those sunglasses probably for coming on like, I don't know, more than 10 years now. And I really like them because they tailor fit your face with the aluminum frames, which you can kind of adjust them and stuff like that, which is super cool. So let's take a look here. This is a brand new release, by the way. All right, here's some description stuff here. And we'll probably keep that. We'll actually bypass that. And we have a description here, but it's got my info on it, so we'll keep that out of the screen. What else we got in here? All right, thank you for choosing Gatorz eyewear. One of these cool things, token of our appreciation. Oh, 20% off the next purchase. Snap, that's pretty cool. I'll definitely do that because there's another pair of Gatorz that I want. Now, what's cool is this thing comes in a whole Gatorz box. It's just a giant version of the original box, which is about like half the size. Here's a pair of the latest Gatorz I got. These are the Warhawks. Go check out my video if you want on that. It's not really anything impressive. It's just an unboxing kind of overall look around, and I have absolutely loved these. Now these have the ANZ protection, ballistic protection lenses. They're polarized. These are fancy pants, expensive ones, with all the cool options on it. So I really like these. I have probably about another 4 pairs of Gatorz of different kinds. I can't remember if I've had Deltas before or not. Here's the description of the item. The Kershaw Delta. And yeah, let's open it up. Now, like I said, I was kind of thinking this is kind of funny how this was marketed, because the Gatorz eye brand is really kind of like an operator, like tactical, like this is who they cater to. This is kind of like the brand image, right? But this particular item came with this particular type branding, which is more of like the chubby, like rough and strong guy that does construction. Like it's a different type of all-American look, I guess you could say. Guy likes to have a good cold 6-pack after a hard day of hard labor, right? So yeah, very interesting marketing with this one. You got some stickers in here, which is cool. What do we got here? This is most innovative, durable, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is what's cool about the glasses, actually. So it shows you where how you adjust them properly to fit and tailor to your face. These are made of aluminum, like really like high quality aluminum. So you can adjust the little nose insert piece right there, right? That little foam, which is actually really comfortable, by the way. You can do the temple adjustment, the little temple pads, and then you can also, they'll show you how you can adjust the frames if you want them to contour your face a little bit. Excuse me. If you want them to contour your face a little bit more. So yeah, they're really like kind of custom tailored fit to fit your face. And so if you have a fat face, no problem. If you have a little skinny head, with a tall forehead, I guess no problem either. And that's what I like about these. So that's pretty cool. Here you got a bunch of bathroom reading material here in probably all kinds of different languages. It tells you like your different UV protection ratings that you have on this ones. I do know these this version is like a 15% kind of tint, you know, as far as the specs on the how dark the tint gets. It's 15%. And then they're non-polarized, which, you know, for being a branded like outdoors, out in the field kind of thing, you would expect them to be polarized, because if you're going to be in the sun all day, that's just a nice added feature. I try to buy all my glasses polarized, but some of them I have that are not, which work just fine too. And these look so cool that, and you know, being that they're part of a limited edition set, I didn't really care too much, to be honest with you. I was like, I'll still rock these. These will be fun, especially like that they are tailored to kind of like the orange, which it's kind of festive, right? Like it's pumpkin season and all that good stuff. This is a really interesting case, by the way. I have never seen one of these before. My other cases look different, but this one's got a zipper and it's got a little tie off here, so you know it can speak to you, and while it unleashes your super duper orange glasses. And it does come with a really nice microfiber cloth to clean your glasses as well. So you got all that stuff in the package, right? Let's get all this non-essential stuff out of the way. Put that back in the box. And then you got your knife. Let's pull that out too. So that's kind of cool. I like this case a lot, actually. It's you know, it's padded and it's shaped, so it's going to protect your glasses really well. And you can see it's got a MOLLE strap on the back. That's really cool. And then this is like a Velcro patch, which is pretty cool too. So that's that. Which one should we look at? Let's start with the glasses, right? Like this is kind of like the main reason why I bought the package, is because I really dig the color of the glasses. So let's take a look at these here. These are really sleek, as I expected. I really like the black matte black frame with the kind of red and the sunburst orange and red type of frames. These are really cool. They say Kershaw right here on the bottom. Really kind of wish they didn't say anything on the lenses, to be honest with you. But that doesn't bother me too bad. I do know that they say Kershaw on the inside here and Gatorz on the inside on this side, and you can see the Gatorz logo nice and bright on the side right here. So these will be this month's pair of sunglasses that I wear, and I think these are fitting for the month of October. What do you guys think? So to go along and match with that, let's take a look at the knife. So this is kind of a traditional, you know, typical Kershaw box. In some cases with the bigger knife, they'll come with a bigger box, right? But for the most part, you can see like these are what the smaller ones are. And this is not like my favorite brand of knife, but it's probably one of the, it's the brand of knife that I first started my career with knives when I was in the military, as these were what were available in the PX. And so I bought a bunch of these. I broke tons of them. I loved them. I beat them. I harassed them and all kinds of stuff. Here's a little silica packet. So this right off the bat is the Bel Air from Kershaw. It's got the same deep carry pocket clip they've been putting on a lot of their budget knives. I think it's a stainless steel one here. You know, you can remove it. It's got the holes to neatly and easily, conveniently remove the screws if need be. Let's take a look at the action here. Oh, that's actually a little better than I expected. That's nice. So this one has, wow, surprise. This is their KVT ball bearing system mixed in with what they call a Duralock, or as we call it, the Axis lock, which is what Benchmade called it. This is really neat, actually. It's got a nice edge. The other cool thing, this one's got a black Cerakote, and it's got an orange and, orange fade to red type Cerakote. So this is a nice Halloween edition knife as well. This one is in CPM Magnacut, which you can see that they posted right there. Magnacut, for you guys that don't know, is probably the top tier popular shebang steel that everybody wants, because it's not really the best at everything. It's just really good at everything overall. It's kind of like a CPM Crewware, which is a really nice, tough tool steel, but it's got the rust resistance of something that usually requires a lot less carbon in it. So it's a nice blend of steels that, just come out with this really nice type of recipe of steel that's not only very strong and tough, but also very rust resistant, which sometimes when it comes to knife steels, you do have to give up a little something to get a little something, And that's kind of the whole spiel of the different type of steel, what do you call it, recipes, I guess you could say, right? A little more chromium, a little more vanadium, like all these different things, these properties. Like vanadium's really good at adding a lot of corrosion resistance, for example. I also noticed that there's actually like a little fade pattern to the blade all the way to the tip, which is kind of neat. I guess that follows the rest of the theme of the knife. Although at first I was staring at it, I'm like, man, this is like some sort of defect there, right? But then I'm kind of starting to realize that it looks like it's on purpose. So that's kind of cool. I see it on both sides there. It's not really the same fade on both sides. This one's more just like at the tip, but that's kind of cool. I guess maybe no two are the same, I'm assuming. So I like that. For how thin this thing is, I'm actually really shocked at how nice and smooth the ball bearing system is. There is no like heavy overcome of a detent, so it does like pop out a little easier than you expect. But this is nice. I actually like this little pocket knife. Now, when I think of like the commercial with the big burly guy and, he's out there doing all the outdoor stuff, like a knife for that kind of occasion would have been something small like that. I'd probably pick something a little bit larger, a little bit more durable, a little more built for like the field, right? Like they kind of campaign this thing like a tough field knife that can do it all. For me, I would go more with something like this if I was going to go with a construction gig. Even the Kershaw Blur is got significantly more knife to it. So that was kind of what I thought was interesting about how they did that. But again, it's all marketing. I just didn't really like the way that they marketed it. I think it would have actually been better to just kind of like put like a skull or something like that, or a bat, and kind of do this as like a Halloween edition. That would have worked out just well too. But aside from all that, I gotta say, I do like the execution of everything overall. I'm a big fan of Gatorz. I'm a big fan of Kershaw. So when they came together and came up with this pack right here, it was a no-brainer for me. I don't think this is like a pack that everybody needs to go out and get. I'm just a particular fan to both of these companies. So when they came and made a collaboration, that was there was no question I was gonna buy this. Now, the price of this bundle right here is $399.95, which you got to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Well, considering like when you get some like more top tier lenses and things like that, like you can go over $300 for a pair of like really fancy Gatorz that are polarized and have all that stuff. So for the fact that you get these really cool glasses, they're a limited edition. They got these really neat like lenses on it. And you get this knife, which retails usually in this Magnacut configuration with some like regular scales in all black. Retails about $250. I think you're actually getting a really kind of cool package overall. The blade steel is pretty super, so they did a good job there. The blade geometry is thin. This is going to be a nice cutter for everyday type tasks. I would consider this a great EDC, everyday carry, go to the office kind of knife. It's not too big, it's not too intrusive. It's pretty thin too, so it's going to be relatively not noticeable in the pocket. And the lock operation and deployment is really quite easy once you get used to it. So that's kind of cool there. As far as geared for like, you know, a big burly construction guy knife, you know, there's probably much better options for that. So that's kind of how I feel about that stuff. So let me get this stuff out of the way here. I'm gonna keep these this set out actually. Just put all this packaging away in a minute here, but get all this stuff out of the way. So I don't know. It's kind of up to you guys if you find this really kind of worth it. I personally find that it's a really unique kind of looking set, and again, it just matches some of my personal tastes. So if you guys feel the need for something unique and something cool, I'm a big fan of both of these brands. And you know, for this little kit right here, I don't think you get the best of either of these brands, but you sure as hell get a really cool, unique, kind of limited edition one-off kit. I don't see them or foresee them making another exactly release of something like this again. Maybe they'll do something different if this one goes well. Have no idea how many of these are actually being made. You know, limited editions could be hundreds, could be thousands. They're not numbered, so there's really no way of knowing. Actually, let's look on this box here and see if it says anything. It just says like the model number with Bel Air Gatorz, the 6010-05. Yeah, I don't think these are numbered anywhere either. So let's see. Yeah, no, these aren't numbered. So anyways, like I said, these are probably just the standard Kershaw Bel Air that's been spruced up in the scales and stuff. And but it really is kind of a premium kit if you're looking for something simple and easy to get and you like orange. So anyways, I think that'll about do it for tonight's video, guys. This is Alex from the Watch&Cut Gear channel. Please subscribe to the channel, leave comments down below. What do you guys think of this kit? Are you guys a big fan of Gatorz eyewear or Kershaw? What models do you have? Are you going to go out and get this set? Anyways, we'll see you guys all on the next one.